we are glad to have you on board for what must surely be the most unmissable game of this season. It could seal the final destination of the title. Of course, there are minor conditions attached. As with all of these things, 3 points are required. Sounds very easy on paper, but it could well prove to be otherwise in reality. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it, and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. All smiles as they line up. Will it be the same after 90 minutes?
Yeah, Peter, definitely the team of the season, and it's their ability to navigate their way through key contests like this that affords them the confidence and nous in knowing that the substance within can be relied upon. They're far more likely to chalk another one up than choke. These lads have a great togetherness and spirit, and I expect to see it again.
That's got things underway. Champions-elect, hoping to become the champions for real. Perhaps this is the day when the wait finally ends. Tries to get it forward quickly. Mönchengladbach, without a win in their last 5 away games, it is a worry. Oh, it's opened up nicely for him. Real chance! And it's a goal! And look who it is! It just had to be!
And that's why he's developed such a big reputation for coming up with the goods when others struggle. When defenders get a bit flustered, his focus just seems to go up a notch. Looking back at that, that's how you play on the counter. Quick and decisive and ruthless with the finish. I thought it was a stunning, stunning breakaway.
Big occasion, big goal, crucial lead.
Because of that first goal now, it's a great opportunity to make it one-way traffic and add to this lead.
Ginter. Now he's gone for it! That has certainly tested the keeper.
Mbolo is very sporting here to acknowledge the quality of the save. A lovely little footballing moment.
Striding forward, facing goal. A chance to play it in. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. Ginter drives it forward. Mbolo. Now a chance to break. That intervention was very necessary. Can't get the better of his opposite number. He's pinged one through here. He's through, now is he in? Well read, he's sorted that out. Needed a better pass there. Kaiser. There has been just the early goal here, and it's 1-0. And it's a Bono!
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Has a hit! He tried the chip, but it wasn't his best.
Well, chances like that need a delicate touch, and they're quite a tough skill.
Hoists it forward. Weigl. Great run this, he's covered quite a distance. Tries to get it clear. And it's played forward. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. Forward it goes. And the through ball is intercepted. Kaiser. That'll be a throw. Tries to locate someone up front. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. And help's available out wide. Cut out in the nick of time. Kaiser. More than happy to take the muscular approach. Hoists it forward. Has a go! And the ball's come out. He's got away. Oh, really good feet from him. He's had a go! This could fall anywhere. Chance to shoot. Tries to get it forward quickly. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And it's played forward. Gets it back. Looks to thread it through. Goalkeeper's ball. It's a great gallop down the right-hand side. Keeper's got good distance on that. It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Gets away from his opponent. He's picked him out. And the shot! Dispatched clinically.
Well, it certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, I think two keepers would have had a hard time keeping that one out, never mind one. There was real venom in the strike and clear composure from the placement.
Mönchengladbach grab the equaliser and we're all square.
Look, this is not for the faint-hearted, Peter. This is hard and fast football.
There's the whistle for half-time. So, a very watchable game so far. Action at both ends and the team's level. The midway point of the game.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
Well, the scoreline indicates a pretty tight game, but there has been a lot of action in it, and it has been an exceptionally good watch. The score at half-time, 1-1. Mönchengladbach get the second half going. Changes made by neither side from what we understand. Quick glance at... Oh, shooting chance! Mönchengladbach coming into this game on the back of a really good result, and their boss must take an awful lot of credit for that.
Yeah, he had a problem, but he was confident he had the players to fix it, and his willingness to take risks is what I liked, and that worked an absolute treat.
Weigl. Defending of the desperate variety. He's not going to get that. He's got options out wide. That's a terrific surge down the right. Shot at goal! There's a goal! And they've got their lead back.
I can give the keeper a little sympathy here because I think he might have been slightly unsighted. However, credit where it's due, it's still a fine finish from a tight spot.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? They're guilty of lacking inventiveness here. It's all broken down. Tries to get it forward quickly. Good run, ultimately thwarted by an astute piece of defending. Crowd appreciates good football all round there. Gets it back.
What a good way to assert your authority for this second period. They were prepared to commit numbers forward into attacking positions, and the risk has been deservedly rewarded.
Kaiser, very firm in standing his ground there. It is a tough, full contact contest. Is there any support? Tries a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
The keeper really dug out his defence then. A magnificent effort.
Played it short. He's gone for it!
very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. And that's been won straight back. And there's a long ball.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, Jim, there's not too much subtlety or sophistication about this. It really is a question of needs must.
Just has to be done.
Well played, he saw that coming. Inter plays it towards the front, and it's played forward, and the counter is on. Now then, good challenge, he just stood firm. Oh, they can break here. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Weigl.
This is good ball retention, and it should be enough from here, but they want to double their advantage.
And the finish! It just took too long getting forward.
Well, the whole idea of a good breakaway is to leave the opposition struggling to get back, and they were just too slow.
So here comes a substitution.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious as to who was going to be taken off. His energy levels began to sag, and he was never going to last until the final whistle.
Gets into a dangerous position.
Peter, they have to fight the onset of desperation and keep enough cool heads to still deliver.
And it's Mbolo. And the counter is on. Plays it out to the wing. Cleared away.
Mönchengladbach are definitely not going down without a scrap. Their attitude just can't be faulted.
It's a decent looking cross.
Well, when the options aren't quite present in the box, it's the crosser's interest to hold on for the support.
Just a few more moments for them to hang on.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Mönchengladbach desperately need a goal, and this could well be their last chance.
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that little bit of class to rescue the situation, and it needs to be any time now, really.
And that's that. And finally, confirmation of their coronation. They were the best over a long and undulating campaign, and now they relish the rewards. And now the formal coronation, acknowledgement of the best team through a long, demanding campaign. So much hard labour, and now so great a reward.
Bye.